Today we have the Marketing Communication Coordinator of the American Red Cross of Central Texas, Amir, with us to talk a little bit about the Haitian relief efforts that are happening out in Haiti and the things that we can do as citizens to make sure that we're doing our part. Amir, thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
So, we know that the American Red Cross started in 1881, but tell us a little bit about what the American Red Cross does internationally.
The Red Cross actually deals with things very differently internationally and domestically. Internationally, we deal with big case disasters like the one that happened in Haiti, the one that happened in Chile, for example. And we also deal in times of crisis in certain countries to provide relief efforts. Domestically here, we deal with house fires, we deal with flooded houses, we deal with military families and trying to get them connected with their families here in Central Texas.
Wonderful, wonderful. And we know that in Haiti there's a lot of people that have been suffering after the earthquake that happened in January. I know that over 200,000 people lost their lives, and it's been an effort that the United States has been looking towards, and our First Lady Michelle Obama has been looking at as well. She just recently visited Haiti on Tuesday. So what do you think about her just visiting and going out there in support of what's going on in the efforts that the Red Cross is doing?
Well, Michelle Obama has always been a great fan of the American Red Cross. She obviously did a wonderful PSA for people to donate money to Haiti through the American Red Cross. And it's always nice to have someone so high profile bring to light the disaster that happened in Haiti, because it was such a detrimental occasion that happened in Haiti. And it's just nice to see that people still care, and just to remind people of the devastation that happened in Haiti.
Very much so, very much so. And so, I think that there's been a lot of financial efforts. Do you know how much money has been raised so far towards the Haitian relief?
American Red Cross has raised about $400 million, of which a little over $100 million has actually been spent.
Wow.
And it is an amazing testament to the generosity of the American people.
Very
And I
much
know
so.
that when I was here, I just moved to Austin, and I've been ridiculously pleasantly surprised by the generosity of Central Texans. I was here when the earthquake hit, and the phone just started ringing, and people just kept calling in, and donations just poured in, and people would do third-party fundraisers, so schools would get together and start to raise money, which has been a very nice thing for Haiti relief.
Well, I think I agree with you. I think it's just very nice to see that Americans are getting together, and that, we're stretching our hands out, that our neighbors are just as important as us, definitely. So, there's always talk about money, right,
Yes.
when it comes to fundraising efforts and relief efforts, and we're always trying to get out our pocketbooks to make sure we do our part. But I noticed that Red Cross also does some volunteer efforts as well, and how is it that people can get involved as far as the volunteer aspect of things?
Here, internationally and locally, I'll talk about both. Internationally, there's about 600 to a little over 600 volunteers in Haiti that are from the American Red Cross and other Red Crosses around the world and Red Crescent societies. The reason that a lot of people say that is enough, that's not enough. These people are very well trained in both the language and what they do, and so we're there to provide the assistance that's needed. Here locally, we always need volunteers. 90 to 95% of our capacity and everything that we do is done by volunteers.
Wonderful.
We have a small staff, but at the end of the day, it's the volunteers that are the backbone of the Red Cross.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Exactly. And I'm wondering about Michelle Obama's statement as she was leaving Haiti, that the United States would fulfill their promise to Haiti. And I know that the Red Cross is not run by the government, or the funds aren't really provided by the government, but what do you think she meant by her statement? How do you think the U.S. will continue to support the relief effort in Haiti? Do you have any personal ideas about that?
As you know, like you said, the American Red Cross is not a government entity, and as such, I can't really comment on what necessarily First Lady Michelle Obama was saying, but the Red Cross, for example, and Gail McGovern, our CEO of the entire Red Cross, has said, we won't leave either. We are going to be there for the long haul. We have already set aside some money for the long term in terms of long-term efforts in Haiti. This isn't going to be something that ends today.
Right.
Certainly.
And they're preparing for their rainy season, correct? So there's going to be flooding. So how is the Red Cross preparing them for that. I read something today that they're moving people to higher grounds. Is that part of? Are there any
in general,
other?
the Red Cross, what it does in terms of emergency preparedness, which actually we do here locally in terms of flooding, because as we know here in Central Texas, the same
There's
thing
a lot
happens.
of flooding.
We just deal with things as they come, and we assess the situation and try to prepare, pre being the operative part of that word, so that we can save as many lives and prevent any kind of long-term disaster.
Okay, great. And I do have another question. Oh, well, in your relief efforts, what are you doing to improve the infrastructure of Haiti? I mean, specific examples. You mentioned water earlier.
Yeah, we actually set up actual plants where we can refine the water so that we can actually have something a little bit more permanent than just bales and bales of water bottles. And currently we always try to deal with things initially, which is provide tents, provide vaccinations for children. But in the long term, we are trying to assess what we can do to better prepare Haiti for anything in the future. It's going to take a while, but we're trying.
Awesome, awesome.
Great. And what about, so when you rebuild, the buildings will obviously be built in a way that is more earthquake friendly, I guess. That's not
the Red
right.
Cross, I don't.
Do you guys rebuild, actually bring in
no, the Red
engineers
Cross,
to rebuild, or?
I can't, I
No,
don't
that's okay.
actually know.
Okay.
Believe it or not. I know
That's
that
right.
because right now it was such an initial
Sure.
preparing of what was actually happening in Haiti that now we're still in the preparation aspects of.
Sure.
Yeah, and I think, and we'll talk about probably a little bit later on in the show, but I know that there's a lot of things that need to be rebuilt, and the state of Haiti has not just been drastically changed, but has been in this state of detriment, and so it's this is a great opportunity for us to come out and support them, but also we have to look at the long-term effects of helping the Haitian community.
Of course.
So other than that, I mean, I know that that there have been troops that were sent. I know that President Barack Obama sent out troops, and he was going to be on the forefront of this. How do the troops work with the Red Cross and all the other volunteers that are on the ground?
In terms of the logistics of it, they're the ones that took over the airport when the relief effort started originally. So they were the ones that started doing the logistics for us to get there.
Gotcha.
Once we're on the ground, we're fairly autonomous in everything that we do, since we are a non-government agency.
Awesome.
And yes, oh, you mentioned how Austinites can help in sending relief to Haiti. You mentioned specific things that are needed, that a bottle of water, that sending water is not the best. Would you like to explain that to our audience?
A lot of people called in and started saying, well, what can I send, what can I bring? Which is wonderful and fantastic, but at the end of the day, the best thing that they can do is a monetary donation, simply because we're the ones on the ground, we can assess the situation, and we know where the money is best spent.
Awesome, awesome. So I know that 92 cents from every dollar from the Red Cross that you donate to the Red Cross goes directly towards the relief. So definitely give your donations. We're going to take a little small break, and we'll be right back.